Cool. All right. I wanted to open this up to people who jump in, maybe be interested in talking about it. But there's something interesting happening right now with PSA, and I kind of want to talk about it. I don't really have an agenda of sorts, but I have some ideas and some thoughts. And so I wanted to see if other people would be interested in talking about it. But when people, I guess, jump in here, I can share the link to the stream. But just, I guess, as a preface, I got results back of an express order yesterday and an economy order today. The economy order was like 36 cards, pretty much all ultra modern. There was one vintage baseball card in there, which got like 2 grades lower than I thought it would get. And there was some like modern stuff in there, but for the most part, it's ultra modern. And out of the 36 cards, I got only 6 10s. I can share my screen and we can take a look together. Well, so here's just like an example, right? So this guy, Han Lee, he submitted a lot of these Russell Wilson rookies. I mean, just look at these grades. Now, I don't know like how good Han Lee is at looking over cards, but I don't think he got 110 on any of these Russell Wilson rookies. He sent in a shit ton of them. But it just just goes on and on. There are over 300 cards in this order, and I think there are only 35 10s, which is a 10% gem rate on a order like this. It's just weird. But here's my stuff. So the Schmidt rookie got a 3. I was pretty disappointed in that. But a lot of this stuff, like the Chrome Manning, I was not expecting a 10. The AI I was not expecting a 10. The Ichiro was not expecting a 10. Verlander, even I wasn't expecting a 10 either. Centering's not great. But like this is a card I expected 10 on. The Sepia is something I expected 10 on. The Optic Lamar, a 10. The Jordan Chrome X-Fractor, a 10. At least a 10 out of these. And I went 1 for 6 on the Tatis, which I think is crazy. I've looked at so many of those cards. So it's just weird. But if anyone wants to come in and talk about it, I'd be interested in sharing my thoughts and hopefully hearing yours. So if you do, let me know. But I have some theories, and I've spoken to some people about this. I think it's interesting. Like this order I sent, what was it? Back in September. It was checked in October 1st. It was ungraded. It was on the grading stage forever. This thing was graded, at least in the grading stage, forever. It moved to assembly and then right through assembly into QA2 practically, and then it popped. But that took 7 months. November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 7.5 months practically. So it was spent a long time in grading. Now, when were they graded? It was on grading stage, but like when were the cards actually assessed? Because a lot of these economy orders are coming back and the grades are very tight. But across the board, people are noticing that PSA has gotten a lot tighter. Why? Has their standards of what's a gem mint card changed? An ultra modern gem mint card? I wouldn't think that would be the case, because they can't qualify that card as something other than gem mint. They don't have anything higher than gem mint. They don't have pristine. They don't have whatever above pristine. They, whatever. What does that look like? We don't know. What we do know is that, people who are experienced in grading cards, you can even watch Nolan's videos, watch Elite Co 3, go on Facebook, look at my videos. My gem rate on an ultra modern order should not be 10%. No one's should be, unless you're not looking at your cards. There's no reason that entire order of ultra modern stuff should be a 10% gem. That's just not right. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just weird. And I'm not complaining. There's just something going on. I'll do okay on the order. It'll be stuff to sell. I'll welcome 30 plus new slabs in the inventory to sell through. But I have 2 more economy orders at the assembly stage, and I don't know what to expect now. It's just strange. Sup, Walter? It's just strange. I don't quite know how to explain, but of 300 cards in an order, you're going to gem 36 of them, 35 of them. It makes no sense. So I'd love it if someone can come on and we can bounce ideas off each other. If not, then I may just end the live stream. I didn't really have a... Chris is on. Cool. Chris had an interesting theory. He thinks that PSA tightening up could mean that, or it could be them saying in so few words, hey, CGC's on, saying in so few words that this thing is, we're going to tighten this up because we're not going to make it easy for people to make money off of our service like they have been, which I guess, but what why are you in business then? If that's a frame of mind that PSA has, then why is that a motivator? Why does PSA care who makes money off of their service? If anything, they should be encouraging people to do that, because that is a business driver for them. If people don't make money off of grading cards, they're not going to grade cards. It's as easy as that. They're not going to spend the 20, 30, however much, wait the however long, and then get hammered. Makes no sense. On the flip side of things, I sent an SJC order today of 8 cards. I've been hearing that in their regular submissions, they've been getting orders done in 2 or 3 days at $30 a card. That's a no-brainer. PSA is corrupt. I don't know if I'll go as far as to say they're corrupt, but they're just not transparent. I think from the very beginning, PSA has had their issues, and they've never really addressed them. But I wouldn't go as far as to say that they are corrupt. I think they are trying, but I think they are ostracizing a great population of their customer. All the way, yeah, back to the first card they ever graded. Card number 1. Got my last 2 SJs within 2 weeks, yeah. I mean, there are there are random upcharges. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot more quality competitors now, ones that can compete. Just browse CSG to see if my bulk order is ready. Submit in the first few days. Now I see their ultimate. Yeah, I have heard. Maiko told me that CSG got slammed, and their bulk orders I think were at like $8 a card if you submitted 50 plus, and I don't think they're going to be able to meet those kinds of demands. That's an interesting idea, Chris. The only way you can submit a card to PSA right now is to submit in Super Express. Super Express used to be 2-day service. Now it's like 2 weeks somehow. People are still sending cards in, but you're going to pay $300 to get that card graded. That's going to eliminate 95% of cards in the market that people are going to want to grade. It is interesting when you look through like a golden auction, for example, there are a lot of high-end, especially basketball cards in BGS holders. Maybe it's because that when they were graded in the early to mid 2000s, I'm going to guess, or like the early 2010s for the newer stuff, that Beckett was the industry leader in the modern, and PSA was kind of in the idea that, or people had the idea of PSA being for post-war and not so much the modern or the ultra modern stuff that was back then. I'm kind of neutral on upcharges. I know people have, so like Carlisle said their upcharges out of nowhere. Zigzag Collector said their upcharges out of nowhere. Cardi sees that upcharges are insanity. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm neutral about upcharges. At the end of the day, if they are upcharging my card, then I know that I have a valuable card and it did well. Would I not prefer it? Yeah, sure. SGC doesn't upcharge. At least I've never been upcharged by SGC. But I also am very transparent with my declared values. Sometimes you can be transparent with declared values, and during the time of cards at PSA, the player can get hot, the player can even die, or whatever, and the card goes nuts. Yeah, I've been hearing this too. Yeah, Mint 9 is the new 10. Yeah, I mean, I'll run through this. I'll run through this again because it's just so interesting. And I'll just share my stuff here. But I submitted like, I don't know, 36 cards. And there were some in here that I knew would not gem. The Verlander, I was not expecting to gem. Of course, the Schmidt rookie, I was not expecting a 3. I was expecting like a 4 or 5. But still, was not expecting the Ichiro. But a card like the Chrome Acuna or the Sepia, I would expect to gem. Was not expecting the AI to gem. Any one of these would have been to the expectation. Was not expecting the Topps Chrome Peyton Manning to gem. I was expecting the Yelich chopped red border to gem, and I know that's a crazy thing to say, but that card was immaculate when I got it in. I was expecting the X Fractor to gem, like 2 Tatis Bowman Chromes. I went 1 for 6 on the Tatis paper, which that's never happened to me before. Like 2 9s on paper Luis Robert. Like stuff. what were you expecting on the great nines on the line? I mean, when I send stuff in, like when I was sending stuff in back then, I was focused on sending in cards that I thought would just do well, even if they got a 9. So I guess like from that perspective and that expectation, I got what I was expecting, but a 10% gem rate on on ultra modern cards is just makes no sense. And that's across the entire order. Like the entire order got 10% gem. And not every card in the order was ultra modern, but a lot were. Why do you get upcharged for the same service given to any other card? So that happens when PSA deems that the declared value that you gave and then the grade that they gave on the card is a mismatch. And so if you were to submit, I'm going to make up an example, a Topps Chrome LeBron James rookie card in an economy order, that is a max declared value, at least when I put these orders in, at $500. Now, if even that card got a 9, that's still in the thousands of dollars. They would upcharge you to the next level, which would be Express. Excuse me. So you'd pay that fee for the Express. Now, even if you got upcharged from Express, you would then pay Super Express. So it's definitely to your benefit to be a little more conservative when submitting cards. Upcharges are a good thing because then you have a great card, but then you pay a lot more to get it back. Triple V. BGS is the only longer waiting option for me. I've only sent a couple higher end cards PSA lately. Rest going to SGC. Yeah, I mean, I don't really sub to Beckett. Chris is a busy guy, so I appreciate him jumping in, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, I don't send much to Beckett. I guess that might change that may change in the future. That's not really in my cards. No pun intended. Do they grade cards differently than yours? You're paying, well, that's kind of the debate, right? Like, does PSA, are they harder on certain cards? I think we can all agree that they are. Keith at Vintage Card Curator illustrates that really, really well in his videos. There should be no reason why the Henderson rookie is such a tough card to grade other than the fact that it's Ricky Henderson on the card and not anybody else. That's just PSA trying to control the population, which people would refute. And I'm not sure. I'm a total believer in that, but I think that they are tougher on better cards. And that's for sure. I like to believe that they are equally discerning on all cards, but I think that's a little short-sighted. I mean, it's weird. It does. But that doesn't mean that those, and I'm responding to Carlisle. Henderson rookie, a super dark background, though, reveals flaws more easily. That's true, but doesn't mean the flaws are not there. Surface print snow can still be on a card of a lighter background. It can still exist. It's just what can, and I'm sorry for my lighting. I don't have an advanced fancy camera. But print snow and like when people say, like, for example, like the 71 Topps baseball with the black borders, yeah, they're sensitive, but you can also have the same sort of damage on 72 Topps with white borders, or 73 or 74. You know, the list goes on and on. They show the wear more easily because it's colored, but the type of wear can still exist, obviously, and it's just about being able to see that stuff. I don't know. I mean, I have, let me think, 101, 155, 191, 225. I have 6 more economy orders with PSA, and I have 2 orders right now with SGC. No express orders with PSA still. I did do pretty well in my express order. I was happy about that, although I did not expect, 10s on everything. I got 10s on the right cards and 9s on the right cards, and it just worked out that way. But a 10% gem on an order with mostly ultra modern cards is not normal. Like I'd love to know like what, that guy who subbed like 20 Russell Wilson Topps rookies thinks. Out of all those cards, he didn't get 1 10, not a single 10. He gets 6s and 7s and whatever and 5s, but not a single 10. It just doesn't seem right. And I'm not one to be like a conspiracy theorist, I'm not that kind of person. I don't see the world like that. But this is just never, it's not like this. Grading is easier than this. Well, success in grading is easier than this, than what PSA has been handing out recently. And there are many other. What grade do you consider a fail in ultra modern card? Probably an 8. An ultra modern I would consider released within the last like 5 years. So anything from 2016 to present. If I got an 8 on any of that stuff, that's something I missed. And I don't think I did. Extra tough. I mean, I have a feeling it's the new hires too. Like, a buddy in my Facebook group said that they're being tough because they don't want cards kicked back to the grading room in the QC process. But I think that theory makes sense. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, though, I love this. I love this take. Folks need to wake up and walk away from them. But people are going to have a hard time walking away from money. Like, people's business model was so straightforward. Like, submit these ultra modern cards and get them back fast and sell them fast. And you make, several times your multiplier on your investment into the card itself and the grading fee and the time. If you bought a bulk, yeah. I mean, I see it all the time, like in Facebook groups. People grade their best stuff and then try and like sell off their not great stuff. What's going on, Abel? If you want to jump in here, Abel, I'd be happy to host a conversation. I mean, as a response, I guess, to my answer to that, it kind of like all depends on like the card too. Like, if I have a Bowman Chrome Brady rookie, like I think that's a card that just needs to be graded no matter what condition it's in, even if it has a crease or a terrible scratch in it. Like, there are just some cards you need to get graded. Whether you are selling them or wanting to collect them, oh, no problem. Well, maybe some other time. Yeah, I mean, I think there are like certain cards in this hobby that just need to be graded. Mahomes rookie, a Trout rookie, like any 52 mantle, um, like these huge cards, like they're just stuff that has to be graded. Jim Brown rookie, that stuff has to be graded. Yeah. Right. Like if someone pre-grades, meaning like it goes through the grading process and they're like a 9, they're not going to question that. But if they give it a 10 and they're like, wait a minute, this is not up to standards, they're going to kick it back, which then probably starts that process all over again. Back to the grading room. Yeah, I'd agree. Kobe rookies need to be graded. It's weird. It's really weird. Um, you know, I did hear in a lot of these PSA groups that PSA was getting tighter, and I kind of wanted to wait and see how my order came back, and I think there's some validity to these statements. Yeah, people need to be way more selective of what cards they grade. I think that might be what PSA is trying to do in terms of like cutting down the shit, like cutting down the bulk orders. Not just grading every card you rip out of every rookie you hit out of a pack. I don't think that's what's great. I don't think that's what grading was designed to be for. But unfortunately, it's kind of turned into that. I actually received my first 8.5 in this one. It's here. I'll share my screen again so you can take a look if you didn't see it already. Here it is. Near mint to mint plus 8.5. This is actually a pretty decent card. I was expecting a 9 on it though. The 8.5 is not a grade you see often. But the home team Van Getro, it's not a card you see often. Oh yeah, I mean, great. Like if you were doing PSA registry sets and you were building a set, it now does not make any sense for you to send anything like this. Yeah, even like think about that statement. Even some of my near mint cards from the 50s are not valuable enough to justify grading. That's bad. That's bad. That's ostracizing a population of their customer base. That's not good. I don't know. I totally agree with this. Yeah, I think that's all we want, Abel. We all want consistency. If we believe and experience enough to know that like this card should be a 10 or this card should be a 9, it doesn't come back that way. What's up with that? We want to know. I'm okay with price hikes. I just want expert eyes on my shit. Not sending in much vintage, aka PC items for grading, just store fodder. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's weird. Yeah, we have to be more selective with what we send in. I've certainly gotten more selective. There's a lot of stuff that I bought and would rather just keep raw and sell raw, and not worry about the monetary, like the financial and the time investment it takes to grade a card, and just take my profit and move on to the next thing. Um, you know, if a card truly deserves to be graded, I will grade it. My grading orders have gotten lesser and lesser. But with that being said, it's more difficult. It requires more work to sell a raw card. When you're selling a graded card, your work is pretty much done for you. Like people see the label, people understand like the conditions of buying and selling that card. With Raw, it's much more nuanced. So I think once people have taken a hit, then it may be, time for them to switch up what they do. And for a while, I thought like my personal business model was, buy high quality cards, get them graded, sell them, and then while moving more Raw stuff. But I think there's a lot of stuff at PSA. There's a lot of stuff at Beckett. There's not a lot of stuff at SGC because they turn out their cards, very, very regularly. But like when they clear the backlog, that's like 10 million cards into the marketplace. It's a lot. Like there's no population of any cards going down. Grading cards is really weird right now. And I think that may be why the market is kind of funny too. I've definitely seen a slower month. My February, March, April were pretty strong. Right, yeah. 10 million cards that were printed within the last 3 years. Yeah. But with that being said, there's still a lot of stuff out there. New collections and new vintage cards are being discovered all over the place and re-entering the marketplace. Hey, Don. Yeah. I mean, is that card worth $30 to send in? If you want to be. A lot of people would probably tell you no. Oh, interesting. Well, I have some really nice stuff on the way. I have auction winnings coming tomorrow. I had to hound this auction company, which I was not happy about. I don't need to get into this now, but I have some really cool stuff coming from that. I bought maybe the best Mike Trout patch card I've ever seen. Let me see if I can actually find a picture of this thing, because this thing is unreal. And I'll share my screen and show it real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm just trying to churn stuff out, trying to stay lean with my stuff. The more stuff I keep, the more I'm not selling. But here, let me. I think we've seen. No, we have not. We've not seen the impact yet. Let me share my screen to show this really cool track card. So this patch, I know the card's a little beat up, but I don't care as much about that. I care about this. This patch is from his rookie year jerseys. This was their 50th anniversary patch off of their sleeve. You can see here this says 2011. Of course, we all know that year was his first year in professional or with the Angels. So this thing is super cool. This thing should be, I think this is going to be with me on Monday. So I'm excited to get that. I think it's awesome. Yeah, that patch is sick. Yeah, that patch is sweet. I don't know how much. I don't even know what if I paid right for it, I kind of like got into a little bit of a bidding war with someone. But I think like the fact that it's off of his rookie year jersey, number to 10, still like a pretty early card, is you just don't see stuff like that. And thank you for the compliments. That it's fun for me to pick up cards people also find really cool. So that's a really enjoyable part of the kind of stuff that I like to buy. I'll probably head back to Queens on Saturday. They're doing dollar cards. I'll have to see, if I can pick up some diamonds in the rough with that collection. Express order will be coming back eventually. The standard order will be coming back eventually. So got a lot of stuff coming in. Yeah, the auction winnings are cool. Any Musial? I tried to get a 48 leaf Musial, but I lost. I would love to get either 48 or 49. But I don't know. I like his 49 Bowman better than his 48 Bowman, Don. But I'll keep an eye out for sure. Those are definitely cards that I like to buy, stuff like that. What platforms do I prefer selling in? For graded stuff, I really like MySlabs, although it's been a little slow for me lately. There's only 1% seller fees on MySlabs, and like when you're talking like 1% on a multi-$100 sale, you just don't really find that. Sometimes it's faster and slow on MySlabs. So that's, it ebbs and flows. If I really need to sell something, then I just throw it on eBay and get what I get for it. I like selling on Facebook a lot. I have a Facebook group that if you search Card Soup, CARDSOUP, you should be able to find it. And if you join, I will definitely accept you. Am I going to Chantilly? I am not going to Chantilly. Unfortunately, I'm playing a grass volleyball tournament on Sunday morning, so unfortunately, I'm missing it. But I think the next one's in July, and I'm going to try and make that show. I would like to try and make July. That'd be cool. I like the area. I like the show. I like the people that are in that area. So definitely a lot of reasons for me to go down. It just didn't work out for this weekend. eBay should charge less for... I agree. They're never going to do that, though. They know that they have an absolute control over everything. People go to eBay first when they're looking at sales comps. So, PWCC and Probstein are not going to move their business, off of eBay. So, they have a sweet deal with eBay, I'm sure, but it's eBay's only making it more difficult for people to sell. Yeah, I also don't love like all the stuff that they're trying to add. Like if it ain't broke with how to list a card or how to find a card, then don't fix it. They're just making it more complicated for people. They're just making it hard for people to sell cards. And the fact that they like rule every case with a buyer and so many non-paying buyers, like eBay drives me crazy. I really try not to sell on eBay. So yeah. But yeah, the 48 Bowman, it's a nice card. Really simple. Very striking. It's just his portrait. For me, I love a card with really good color, especially from the 30s and 40s. If you watch my channel, you understand why. But yeah. I just don't love black and white cards as much. Although it's the only one of his rookie era cards, like Leaf or Bowman, that has a real photo. Both the 49 Bowman and 48 Leaf are illustrations or renderings of a picture, but that's an actual picture. So I think that's what it has going for it. I just would prefer if it had color. But yeah, Don, I'll keep an eye out for you. More people call up team name. Yeah, I mean, it's all about your search terms, right? Like, what are people looking for? I mean, I know I have my saved searches, and I try to include. I try to include like the card number if the player's in the Hall of Fame. You know, the Hall of Fame, like HOF. Obviously, the set name, the name of the player, the year, if it's the grading company. I've seen some team names in there, but it just depends on like what you're looking for. That's something I'll consider when I list my stuff. I try to be a little more simple, but maybe like more keywords are better for my stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so it's kind of what I had to say, I suppose. Triple V, I meant to say good luck in Dallas. Stay safe, obviously. 1 sec.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
You wanna pop up to check out the cheese house?
I can later.
Okay. Actually, let me go back.
Okay.
Go to my bike.
Go to leave it here outside.
Yeah. Let's see a second.
Okay. Sorry. No, no, it was my neighbor. He was picking up a package. It's not pizza. I wish. No, my neighbor just had a package delivered to me because he wasn't home to sign for it. So, New York City for you. But I am moving soon. That's crazy, Triple V. I hope everything survived and everyone's okay in there. Sounds kind of crazy. No, I wish it was my graded cards that just showed up. No, that stuff is not on its way to me yet. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, PSA is a little weird right now. I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around a 10% gem rate on an order like that. Super Express. I don't have any Super Express out right now, Chris. The only card that I would consider doing Super Express is a Pujols SPX rookie auto, but I really just don't want to pay $300 to get it done. I'm already into the card for like $1,000, so I just really don't. I don't like have a desire to send that in. Yeah, I don't know. Even when they open regular, I don't know what my plan's going to be. I think I may just slow down grading with PSA for a little. It's just gotten super expensive, and I don't think prices are going down. That's the problem. I'm not leaving New York City. I'll be moving to Bushwick. It's like in 8 days or so. So kind of nuts. Do you I don't think that people will sway from PSA because I think people just like money too much. I think number 2 may be up for grabs, and maybe like anything below that, anything below PSA is probably up for grabs. I just don't think that PSA is going anywhere anytime soon. This is interesting. Did you see that CSG is putting together a grading academy? Things to help find new hires, but I'm still hoping to get an invite. I haven't heard of that. It would definitely be interested to see, like, hear how that goes. Don, this is a shirt from the Cleveland National. So it's like this was done by like the National Sports Collectors Convention. They did these shirts, so the 74 tops design, and then the baseball guy here is like it's like Rick Vaughn from Major League with like the sunglasses and the hat and the mohawk, whatever. So it's kind of cool. I just decided to wear it today. That's cool. Carlisle. I didn't hear about that, but I do know that CSG is located in Florida. I'm not close to Florida. I'm not going to Florida unless they pay me to do it. That would be kind of cool, but I doubt it's for anybody like us. It's probably for their staff. Yeah, I got a lot of compliments on this shirt when I went to the National in 2018 because it wasn't really advertised that they were selling it, and people hadn't seen it before. They saw, it was like a composite of like baseball, basketball, football, hockey, but not just baseball. I agree. I think CSG is a legit company. I also think they missed the boat on, or like missed the mark on their holder design. Not the holder itself, maybe just the label. Although I don't really care about that, people do. And if I'm sending cards to get graded, I expect people to want to buy them. And I don't know if people want to buy that because they don't like the way it looks. And that's petty and like the wrong reason to buy a graded card, but it's kind of like the environment we're living in right now. Florida is definitely New York City South. I can't debate that. Triple V, take it easy, my friend. Thank you for jumping in when you did. And good luck with everything you got going on there. I have seen CSG slabs in person, and I will say that they are better than what photo renderings and stuff like that made them out to seem. But they're not great. Not great, especially if you don't have subgrades on them. There's a lot of empty space there. I mean, they keep it consistent with their brand. Like, it makes sense if you look at their like comic grading or coin grading or paper money grading. It all like kind of looks the same, and I understand that. But if you only have like 2 lines of text, like the set and the number and player, it's not enough to fill that space. I don't know if they're ever going to fix that. I don't know. I don't think they'll fix it. I just have a feeling that they don't think they will. But what can you do? Yeah. I'm excited about the SGC order I sent off, though. 8 really nice cards. One is a review. I got a Bowman Chrome Ichiro rookie. That was an old SGC 9. And I'm hoping that they review it. I mean, they'll reholder it anyway. But I'm hoping that they'll review it and give it a 9.5 because I think it's deserving. It's a very nice card. And then we have 48 leaf Ted Williams, 34 Gaudy Hank Greenberg for me, a Ty Cobb T206, Mathewson T206, and Miguel Cabrera, Topps Chrome traded, green refractor of Otani, and a rainbow foil of Tatis. So 8 quality cards. I mean, that's interesting. I think there was a company that advertised this. They're a new grading company, but it like they would hold her a card without grading it. I don't know what kind of guarantee or whatever that really means, but it is out there. And it has the same name. It's like Gem Mint Grading or something. Gem Mint something. I don't remember. But it is out there, Carlisle. I saw it and I was a little confused by it. But that's up to your interpretation about what makes sense to you. Yeah. I guess I'll go for another 10 minutes or so and I'll call it. But I appreciate the people jumping in the comments. Yeah, they posted Carlisle. They posted something on Facebook in the group that I was in, and they got absolutely shit on, which was kind of crazy. But I think we're all just tired of seeing these grain companies pop out of nowhere with no experience. HGA, don't care. This what's the other one? Premium something. I can't even keep them all straight. It's so stupid. I think we're all just people who have been doing this for so long. I think we're just tired of seeing all these no-name companies come out of nowhere and try to jump into the space. No one cares that if you have a refractor holder. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. People are, well, yeah, it's HGA, Garrett, but there's another one. It's certified grading. And they do prism slabs where one of every 200 cards that they encapsulate has a different looking slab, which is a refractor or something crazy looking. Why does that company exist? Why do we need that? I just don't get HGA. It's true. They are popping up more weeds in anyone's yard. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for jumping in, man. I appreciate it. And hopefully we can chat again soon. Gary? Yeah, I don't get HGA. I don't care for color match label. This is just me. I don't want to project this, but it's just my personal feeling. I don't care for a customized label. I don't care for AI grading, really. It's proven that it hasn't worked. They make a lot of mistakes, a lot of typos, a lot of labels ending up on the wrong card and the wrong holder. Their holders are warping. They have so many problems right now. It's hard to even pinpoint what to be angry about. Gary, no. PSA is not getting caught up. All of the orders that are pending into their getting checked into their system will be checked in by the end of May. That's what they said. Not all cards graded. That would be a fucking miracle if they did that. but they expect to have all cards that have not been checked in yet checked in by the end of the May, and then the clock starts. So I don't know. But if you want to, like, when I finish the video, if you want to go back and listen to really the reason why I wanted to get on, it's a different reason entirely. But we've been kind of jumping off the tangents. But so long as people, yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, who's gullible enough to do it? Not to say that like Carlisle's gullible, but HGA had a service that appealed to him because of his background, and that makes sense. You know, I think for like the long term, it's going to be tough for them to, like, you know, keep relevant with their typos and missed stuff, and like the fact that they haven't really done AI grading. Joey, I don't know. I don't understand your question, my buddy. Oh, Carlisle's not gullible. It's okay. Everyone got duped by HGA. What is this company PSA? Oh, gentlemen. So PSA purchased Genamint, which is a company that helps fingerprint cards. So this will help PSA with knowing and identifying if they've already graded this card. So if someone gets a card in, they crack it, send it back in as a raw card, PSA would know based on a serial number, obviously, but like if for a vintage card, they would be able to know based upon print, paper fibers, certain types of wear, things like that, that they've already seen the card, and then can, you know, kick it back to the customer and be like, we've already graded this as an 8. You know, we'd be happy to holder it or send it back to you. And it's also trying to cut down. So that's one part. The other part is to figure out if cards have been altered before. So hopefully that helps with those two issues that they're having. Well, think about it, Carlisle. Like, how many, a certain percentage of the orders that they receive are cards that they've seen before. Now, the first time I heard about this was actually before they acquired Genamint, but it was for a serial numbered card of some sort. Probably some high value card they already had a scan of. And they knew that they had already holded the card and rendered a grade. So they asked the customer either if you want it reholdered in the grade that we rendered it as, we can do that, or they can do that, or they'll send it back raw. So I don't know what they chose, but it's kind of crazy. But I mean, I think that's a good advancement. Refractor Therapy says Genamint acquisition was a distraction, not a real strategic acquisition. I mean, I would love some clarity about why you feel that way. Not to say I disagree with you. I just am interested to hear your position on that, your stance. Let's see. Nat was an early investor in the company. He bought it for a song. The company's not even a stage where it can raise venture capital. Yeah. I did know that they were pretty young or pretty early in, but like even if PSA hires someone from Blowout to do this job for them, like, or a team of people from Blowout to do this job for them, I think they could. Yeah, I mean, Carlisle, I follow this one guy on YouTube who submitted a Prism Morant, a silver Prism Morant. And the first time he submitted, he got a 9, cracked it, sent it back, got a 9, cracked it, sent it back, and got a 10. So, I don't know. I mean, I'd like for that not to happen. I'd like for people not to take advantage of that system, but like, how quickly can you turn 8 to a 10, or an 8.5 to a 10, or a 9 to a 10? I don't know. That's not something that I do. I know other people like to crack cards if they really feel that they're undergraded or whatever. It's not something that I'm really interested in. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. I mean, I think when Nat Turner and his team really get in and have some time, I think PSA will be better. They have a long way to go. I hope that they will. I think the hobby needs PSA to be better. So, yeah, it's kind of the state of things right now. But I'm gonna call it. It's 7:00 here. I'm gonna try to scrounge dinner together. But I really appreciate everyone jumping in. It was fun, fun hour, and I'm glad that we had good conversation about this because I think it's important to talk about. But yeah, thank you for watching, commenting, staying in. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon, I guess.